Another world, the doubt, the onward, beyond the land of my sacred home. My heart, my soul, my body, my skin, my own destiny. From the perfect land where comes my nature, before the deception, my delusion, forever they come. My village may succumb. We'll fight for freedom. We'll end the human war. My heart, my soul, my body, my skin, my own destiny. My heart, my soul, my body, my skin, my own from another world, the doubt, the onward, beyond the land of my sacred home. My heart, my soul, my body, my skin, my own
Hello, it is Michi time. Time to see the trees get consumed by the biggest tree consumers in the world. Ullah and Frost, probably. Should be a top match though. We're looking at the semi-finals in the Michi Gauntlet, Michi 1v1 Turbo, and two of the best of the world are going to clash here. Ullah looked very strong in the quarterfinals, and Frost, as always when there's DM involved, is coming in hot as the favorite. Right now it is Man. Is it the Man or is it a different Man? It is a right now Man, apparently. Welcome though. And we do have the Civ draft, because now there is a draft at this point as well. And I do have a co-cast as well. We're messaging right now as Frost first picks the Persians. Unsurprisingly, there is a snipe though, so you might get spared of seeing war elephants today. And it's harder for Frost to mispick a Civ, like he did when I cast the set against Ficho. But first, it is time to introduce our co-caster. It is the Michi expert player that didn't make it to this match, unfortunately, but at least he's in the casting booth. He's made out of steel, maybe comes from the Pits Palu. It's Eis3n.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm a little bit sad. I could play today, but Ullah beat me. He was too strong.
Yeah, looked like he foresaw your strats maybe a bit there as well. Speaking of the strategies, do you have the draft open as well?
Not yet.
I can send it to you.
Thank you.
Griffin says hi to you and to me, but
Hey,
mainly to you,
Griffin.
I guess, because he said you first.
Only to me, okay.
Doesn't care about the main streamer. Oi, not even about his clan, mate.
Ay. So
Oh.
don't pick Bengalis against Ullah. That's my first tip.
Yeah, apparently Hindustanis counter Bengalis, which is very weird to me as an open map DMer, but that's why I thought for this match I might should maybe bring in someone who hasn't even not only learned how to make gates, but also has some expertise in this game mode.
Yeah, Bengali is good in theory against Hindustani, but in a 1 versus 1, the elephants are just too slow. I think that's one of
Speaking of elephants, we do have
biggest
Khmer
problems.
elephants picked so far, and the Hindustanis, both for Ullah. Also got some siege oranges with Teutons and Slavs. And Frost has gone for Persians, Gujaras, which are even better here than in TDM apparently. Gujaras, Celts, and Mongols for Frost.
I see already 3 onager civilizations for Frost. That could be a problem for Ullah.
Because for the Khmer and the Hindus? I mean, this is a lot of Civ picks, isn't it? Is it a best of 5?
It's a best of 3.
Why are we picking, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Civs for best of 3? I mean, I guess there's 1 snipe, so 6 Civs.
Well, that's a solid question.
This drought is way too long to be a best of 3 draw. I mean, basically everybody has all the options, so it ends up being hidden pick with some random admin bans and 2 player bans, no? Because I imagine there's not that many good Civs on Michi that probably all of them are available. I guess you kind of partition them between both.
Yeah, the admins ban are not too hard, like Bohemians, Britons, Sicilians, Dravidians. Georgians are fine.
My Georgians are banned.
Yeah, they're pretty good, but not as strong as Mongols, maybe, or Teutons, Persian, Tatar, Saracen. But the
really? Are the rocket cards not better than Teutons?
In my opinion, okay, you can fight Teutons pretty well with Georgians. That's true. Vietnamese. Lithuanians. Okay, that's surprising.
Yeah, not the most meaty civs there towards the end, but I guess they've ran out of meaty civs, or what would be a meaty civ that you're surprised that it wasn't picked? As
So
Persians
for
are
sure
probably going
not
to be sniped.
Lithuanians. Yeah, Persians are sniped. Hindustani are sniped. Okay, Frost knows what Ulla likes to play. That's for sure.
So Ulla's more the Cav kind of player than the SO kind of player?
Yeah, he really enjoys playing Hindustanis, for example, or Gujaras. But Hindustanis are sniped, and
Draws are picked by Frost.
yes, yeah.
How is Eis3n's
kinda-
voice level, guys? Let me know if it's fine or if I should bump him up or down a bit. Keep
Yes,
explaining, please.
Yeah, I think we will not see Lithuanians or Vietnamese in this matchup. 100% not.
Ethiopians is the last pick folder. That's at least something I saw before, because my opponent picked it in round 1.
That's true. But the camels are pretty weak. But the siege is pretty good, so we will see.
What's the civ that you would have picked in the last 4 spots that they haven't picked?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I think Frost doesn't care about Lithuanians and Vietnamese. He just picked them to finish the draft. I like Turks and Ethiopians more for Ulla, but I don't know if he will pick them because Turks can cut, and you are basically forced to fight where Frost wants, and that's a disadvantage in my opinion. And the rest of the civilizations, Michi-wise, yeah. I think we got pretty good civilizations here. They picked the best.
Alright, do you have a hunch what they might start with?
Frost Mongols is my pick, and Ulla might go Slavs.
Yeah, I feel like Celts might be risky against Slavs, right? From the little I understand. And then... I don't even know if Gujaras are afraid of elephant in this mode. Probably not. But they might be afraid of Teutons. And Georgians are kind of loose to Teutons and Slavs, I would imagine. Unless they tower a lot, which Frost is obviously gonna do.
Yeah, tower a lot will be hard.
But I need to say something else now, so I would say Georgians versus Teutons.
Could be a good matchup for Ulla.
They have started 1 minute ago, so let's go into the spec delay and find out the civilizations, because there's the 5-minute spec delay, of course. And let's go! Who's the expert here? Do I need a co-caster for Michi? I don't,
No.
Eis3n, you have to get out of here. 100% correct civ prediction. Give me a real expert co-caster. Oh wait, I don't need him. I am the expert.
Congratulations.
Yeah, well, now
You
I
won.
should have also played better. Let's see. I'm playing on Sunday. The knowledge is there. That's the same with me in
Yeah.
every mode, man.
The cannons could make a difference in the Civ matchup for the Teutons.
I actually need to go do something really quickly. So you explain everything that I already know to the viewers.
All right. So let me take a look into the chat. Hey, Brazilian. Solid picks from either side? Yeah. Both got really good civilizations. And it's sadly a 5-minute spec delay. That's ultra long. Yeah. I agree. Why no elephant civs first? I think Ulla just tried to avoid the elephant civilizations because they're very slow and Frost is very good with onagers. So they die pretty hard. That could be the idea behind.
What do elephant civs beat in Michi though? Because we've clearly seen they don't beat camel civs. I mean, apart
They're
from
very good in
Persian
team
war elephants,
games.
Persian war elephants probably do beat camel civs as well, right?
Yeah, they are just tanks. Persian elephants are just tanks.
But what do battle elephants beat?
I think elephant civilization are much better in team games if you play everywhere. In 1 versus 1, yeah, it's kinda a big handicap that they are so slow. So I got the experience in the first game against Ulla. I thought Bengali could be so lit against Hindustani, but you can't reach the mass of elephants. And if you get pushed, it's very hard in a 1 versus 1 with an elephant civilization to replace the army in time.
I was wondering if elephant civs counter siege civs then? Counter to what I know, like in my mind as an open map DM, alright? Elephant civs beat camel civs beat cavalry civs can beat siege civs. That's like the, I guess, not triangle, but like the quadrant that I have in mind normally. And it seems to work very differently here, because apparently camel civs beat siege civs.
Yeah, so I think the situation is a little bit special. I wouldn't pick a elephant civilization against Frost if he has onagers and scorpions. That might be a mistake.
Yeah, but apart from Frost, I'm also trying to learn for, like, generally, I don't know, Michi knowledge of civ corners.
Yeah, so basically in 1 versus 1 elephant civilization, except Persians are just much weaker because they're slower. They need time to mass up the army, and to replace the army you lose. And the pathing is maybe a problem. Khmer could be good because the elephants are a bit faster.
True.
But yeah, I did my mistake in the first game against Ulla with Bengali, and I learned it the hard way.
But camel civs and siege civs versus each other is like generally considered even and playstyle dependent, or move away from the
Playstyle
elephants?
dependent. So I would expect that the camel player is opening 2 or 3 openings and plays 2 or 3 openings, and then it's get hard for the siege player because he has to focus on 3 openings. If you're not opening more than 1 opening, it could be a really good death ball for the siege player.
Alright, Squirrel is asking who the best deathmatch players are. I guess in this case Deathmatch Michi, because that's a different crowd than Deathmatch Open Map. You have to answer very quickly though, because we're about to start.
Well, we have a lot of players like Ulla, Frost, obviously, a lot of players who doesn't signed up for the tournament, sadly. But I think Ulla and Frost are for sure in the top.
And I'm not sure about you, but I am in, so welcome to the Michi Gauntlet semi-finals. We've got Eis3n getting robbed of his color in a historic incident of a purple frost here. So maybe the ice has already melted, and that is the chance of Ulla to dethrone the GOAT of DM, both in open and, well, closed maps kind of here. We're playing on Michi, we're playing on Turbo, and it is 2 of the greatest players. It is Ulla versus Frost here. Eis3n, another strong Michi expert, is here casting with me. Welcome. What do you think about the openings? And I think we got a mixed market here.
Yeah, I think the openings will be kind of similar of both players. You see already the churches by Frost. That's pretty nice for Georgians.
That's really early churches, right? He's doing churches even to get the gold and everything at the start.
That is really early, yes. Agree.
Will he make a monk though? Do we get the relic right away? Nova said only he gets the relic. Think in previous custom.
Yeah, does the relic really matter? Maybe in longer games to get a little bit more gold, but with the market and a good trade, it doesn't matter a lot, I think.
Oh, I don't think so either, but I'm not the expert. I only played this for a week and then then played my tournaments games. And I haven't touched it since a week. Should start playing some maybe tonight or tomorrow to prepare for my match on Sunday. But yeah,
On
also for the
Sunday.
viewers to explain, there is a 15-minute treaty here. So we're going to see people booming to 400 pop right away. Because it's also 400 pop, turbo, 15-minute treaty, and there's a lot of trees in the middle. You delete your hussar. So very different to Open DM, therefore overall, just that Frost dominates both modes. That's the only overlap, and there's Deathmatch and Post-Imp. And yeah, a good time to reach 400 pop is around the 8-minute mark, maybe even a bit earlier. And I'm expecting to see it maybe a bit earlier out of these. A lot of TCs. Well, I guess it's 26 TCs. Ulla told me not to make more than 25 TCs, so he's made 26 already. GG.
Already GG, yeah. So the pop. Yeah, I expect Ulla to be at full pop around 7 minutes. Only 20 TCs for Frost. That's not that many.
Yeah, maybe because he did all the churches? Right, he kind of made a church even next to the
Maybe.
woodline TCs. Kind of every TC has a church next to it. I mean, besides the original TC clump. Because you do make a market
That's-
after your starting TC and then TC, 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 TC. This is normal.
Yeah, I like the idea, but you don't see many players who are placing the churches near the wood line.
You don't see many players playing Frost's openings. What? So
That's also true.
different! It's the same every time with Frost, man. He's one step ahead of all of us. But
It
Ulla has
looks
a lot
like
more
Frost-
pop, though.
Yeah, I would say as expected. So Ulla's really good in reaching fast 400 pop and balances eco, and he's for sure one of the fastest player with this.
I had practice games with him where he said I was faster. Right? He was.
Well, out of the OP.
Yeah, well, sadly, after the start, I'm not that great, I guess. So can you already see who's gonna attack, who's gonna cut where here, right? As we do reach 400 pop earlier for Ulla, indeed. I answered my question before after I finished this, but Ulla reached it around the 8-minute mark. Frost still isn't there yet, but I feel like he might attack from the left side here.
It looks like, yes. It looks like he's preparing the attack from the left side after the treaty.
He has the same build up on the right as well.
Well, that is true.
Ulla seems to have more stuff on the left than on the right. So I think if I look at Ulla's base, I'm more sure that he's gonna cut on the left, if he's gonna cut. Does Ulla cut? I thought Ulla just always waits for the cut.
It depends. He can do both. He can rush heavy after the treaty, he can wait. So it's not that predictable what Ulla is doing in the games. That makes it so hard to play against him, in my opinion.
The wood difference is indeed huge, even though we've got the fortified churches on the wood lines, but I guess we have 2 mansaw for the Teutons and only bowsaw for the Georgians. Both civs have crop rotation that can be very important in this, because you wouldn't imagine it with all the trees in the middle, but this is basically a wood game to start things out. And so
Yeah,
welcome everybody.
I hope it will be not a wood game, but I expect 2 long games at least, maybe 3.
Alright, so you're giving Ulla quite the chances here. I remember in the 2v2 tournament, he and his teammate took a game of Frost and Hezi. And there was a 4-hour game with Portuguese and Praetorias, I think.
Yeah, there are 3 very close games in my opinion. And Robin Kuhl was Ulla's partner, and they were very close to beat Hezi and Frost in the decider game. So it was the semi-final, but for me it was already the final of the 2v2 tournament.
And do we have the same scenario here? Is this already the real finals that we're gonna see in the grand finals again? Or do you think Ulla and Rookie, who I think in the other semis are also good change?
It could be. It could be. So we got some other good players, like Nova is playing tomorrow against Rookie. 2 strong players as well. Also a very interesting game. But in my opinion, this game is the more interesting game in the semi-final. Alright, Frost is deleting villagers
I know
as
the
expected.
players better.
Yeah.
So Frost deletes both deleted. No, Frost deleted first, right? So Frost wants to go on the aggression, and I guess you with Jordan in this matchup, you want to do one push with a lot of Swan Towers?
Is it the left side or the right side? No, it's the middle.
Yeah.
Alright, the
So
Monarch
Georgians want one fight here, or who wants less fighting areas and who wants more?
Yeah, both civilizations are not the same, but pretty much the same how to play. Both want maybe forward towers or towers for defense. Both have heavy siege, both have pretty good cavalry. Students have the advantage with the knights. So it should be a pretty interesting matchup right now.
Yeah, as we do see the first fights. Frost has cut open. So far we're mainly fighting in the middle. Frost also making the moves. It's so confusing to have Frost in against Teal instead of in the teal, man. As we've already have Frost making the moves, trying to make the moves along the wood lines. Vertical walls are there for Ulla though, so only one of his little labyrinth sections gets. Went into, well, there was an overchop, so some more will die there.
Over. Yeah, I just think Ulla created the lobby first to get the color teal. And both players love to play with the color teal.
Maybe that's why Ulla feels so much like Mini Frost in Open DM. Keller as well. So many top open map DMers now, and I guess close ones who like teal.
Teal is very popular. That's true.
Elite Teutonic Knights in a mix as well, which does surprise me a little bit, because I thought the Teutonic Paladin would also beat the Monaspa, and therefore you don't need the slower unit here, which dies to towers harder as well.
Yeah, they're pretty slow. That's might be the problem, but Frost
Second
is cutting
cut?
on the right side. Yeah, second cut, as expected, to be honest.
Oh, is Frost a multi-cut guy? Am I playing like Frost? Let's go.
I played against both players over the last weeks, and one thing is for sure, you have to play 3 sides. So the left side, the right side, and the middle at the same time.
You have to play always. Or against them.
If you play against these guys, for sure.
Okay.
You also have a lot of players who doesn't like to play more than one side, and this looks more like a fake attack to get the attention of Ulla on the right side, that he can make less army in the middle because he's falling behind.
But Ulla has a really strong siege ball in the middle, so doesn't look like he's falling for that. And he's got all the scorpions here and everything, so the defense is there. Obviously some Swan towers have gotten up, so no towers for the Teuton so far. But Frost also doesn't really have the stone bank anymore. Obviously you keep buying it.
Forward towers against both players is hard. But I really like the combination of Ulla with the siege onagers and the scorpions in the mix.
Yeah, and Georgians don't have bombard cannons to really crack that open, right? That's a weakness compared to the Teuton.
Yeah, that's the advantage Teutons have in this matchup. The cannons could play a big role in this matchup. And the wood count is highly in favor for Ulla.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yes.
Active woodcutters as well, it's like double for him, so I guess if he just can hold, it's a good... He has an advantageous position.
Ulla is very strong in economy-wise in Michi. So I never saw a game when Ulla runs out of wood or any resource.
Yeah. I had the impression from what I've seen and played against as well.
Yes.
And Frost is making some progress, can maybe snipe some trebuchets here. Still the main siege ball is alive.
The siege ball is alive and the tower's going down slowly. Yeah, Ulla has no stone and not enough gold to buy to make his own towers at this point.
So gold card is a lot in favor of Frost, who does have more cards, 133 to 107 cards. At least it isn't 105 cards.
Yeah, but I expect Ulla to increase his cards at one point when the wood choppers are getting killed or deleted.
Hmm. Makes sense, obviously you need some pop for army as well.
Exactly.
But that's it. Speaking of pop for army, big advantage there for the Georgians with the new Asanari cavalry. So they can field a lot more population overall. 20% more if they play heavy into Monaspa, as Frost is doing. He's not even made much siege, like he's 2 siege just 2 siege ramps, and it's the full Monaspa storm trying to surround here, and you can add up the numbers, this is more than 400 on one side.
That is true, both deleted some woodcutters.
That looks like some good pressure for Frost now. If he can get like into the Scorpions, get us around there and slowly whittle that down. Okay, the Elite Teutonic Knights are kind of an emergency measure. They are now, obviously they are more tanky than the Paladins, so they do add a lot of meat shield against the Monaspa here. So I think right now I do like them, especially because Frost has no siege to counter them. So yeah, this is the even stronger unit for fighting in one area, which we are 90% doing in this game so far.
Exactly. But if Frost adds some Scorpions behind the Teutonic Knights, will die very fast.
He's just setting traps, he's confident in the Monaspa, and honestly, the Scorpions are a bit exposed now, going through the middle. There's also something happening on the right, but I first want to see if these Scorpions are dying. He's getting into the siege, getting a good fight here. I don't even really see stuff moving off Teal to the left, so all of Ulla's army is here in the middle, just has more eco units. Not that much more. Alright, he does defend the Scorpions in the end and wins the fight. So what's going on the right? It's just raids on the wood line. There is a hole here and another wood line in the wall. So eventually there could be a hole soon. Acoustia better than Teuton Paladins? I would not think so.
Yeah, Ulla should be careful. He should not allow Frost to wall forward and tower forward. That could be deadly. At any side, especially on the right side.
Yeah, Frost is trying to do so. It's also bending my brain that he's Fuskia, apparently. And not here.
Yeah, that looks not that dangerous at the moment, but it could be dangerous in the future if you get more walls up and traps behind and you can reach the castles maybe. That would be annoying.
Right in the middle, still quite stalemated. We do have... Oh, I'm my game intuition, man. I just wanted to say, do we have a cut on the left? And right when I go there, the onagers start cutting for Frost. Are leaving 2 tiles of trees open, though. Or not. It's not a Nova cut. We're not only cutting in order to shoot at villagers cutting wood. We're actually going through.
The only question is how serious will this push be? Is it just a fake attack to get attention of Ullah here, or will he push a little bit harder?
Yeah, the cuts on Michi are sächsisch and want to buy a Weihnachtsbaum. They are always for attention. Oh no, I have a German
It's hard
co-cast
to
again, so
react.
I make jokes again that none of my chat understand. Same as on Saturday with Big Tasty Bake.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to make the right decision here because you don't know how hard Frost will attack on the left side, how many units you have to send to clean it up.
Yeah, that's what I like about cuts as well. You can play around with your opponent's army, and I think that's like peak AV2 when you're not just playing against the opponent's army, but you're getting to control where your opponent's army goes. That's one of the most fun things to try to do in AV2 generally. Also with like, I don't know, archers and feudal crossbows, you can do it even in R.
Yes,
But a lot of DM is about this.
I like the position of Frost a little bit more at this moment because he dictates where the fight is, on the left, middle or right. I mean, the score is pretty even and Ullah is doing a good job, but the position is a little bit in favor for Frost, I think.
Yeah, feels like he took some good fights in the middle, alright, the ETK Mars, the Teutonic Knights. Clear it up. They should really reverse the colors, man. I want to see purple in the Teutonic Knights. It's way better than teal.
Agree.
Purple is the best in the Teutonic Knight color.
Yes, but Frost is confident enough to make some traps because he thinks he can destroy some buildings. It could be dangerous.
I could, Squirrel, but if I exchange their colors mid-game now, that would be even more confusing for everybody, so I will not do that. Yeah, Scorpion's behind. I don't know, taking some decent engagements here. Left side is also calmed down again. What Frost has been doing on the sides is mainly walling in the wood line for Ullah. So I guess Frost is playing the wood game with these cuts. Maybe the attention game, as you said, as well, but also the wood game.
Yeah, I think both players playing the wood game from minute one. You always have to pay attention about the wood line. It sounds crazy with 144k wood and 170k wood, but I expect at least 2 long games and wood really matters in Michi.
Now we have the man immersion in chat, because we have RN man and II man II. So apparently there's also a Michi man and an open man.
Who is the man?
Yeah.
Must be the NTKs. This fucking broken units.
I know II man II is the like Runestone's DM player that I know that's called man. But there's been another man that seemed to know stuff about Michi entering the chat.
Yeah, Frost is able to make some towers forward. Could be annoying for Ullah. And for the Knights as well, of course.
Yeah, especially against the Elite Teutonic Knights, right? That's kind of what's holding the line for Ullah here. And it's the best Pierce unit you can have in Michi, probably, is a Swan Tower. Because it's a Scorpion with more HP. And you don't make Cav Archers or Archers or anything like that on Michi, so...
It replaces kind of the Scorpions for Frost in the back.
Schmarbenkel, it's totally normal what you see if you're playing Michi Turbo Deathmatch. Then it's normal. This is a $400 tournament, by the way. And a very established game mode and community.
Oh, nice shot from Ulla. I'm pretty sure he enjoyed that.
Also, we have an ETK raid being attempted, but Swan Towers make short work of that. And on the right side, capped rams are out. It's a Civ now that gets only battering ram. Which one was that? Titans?
It was Gitans, right?
Yeah, I was guessing, but
I'm not sure.
it's one of the new Civs, and it's not Jurchens because I'm pretty sure I made rams against Nova.
Yes.
Or I guess the old new Civs, I don't know what to call them now, the Chinese Civs. It looks like a good fight for Ulla now. Suddenly Frost's army is all reinforcing, so maybe that's the effect of those shots you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, Ulla is sniping the siege with his strat pretty well. That's a good job.
Titan has siege rams, but I guess you're wrong. But there was one. Three Kingdoms doesn't have? Well, only one of them. Like, not even getting capped ram was the point. The capped rams were cleared up. They made a little hole in Frost's wall, but villagers are already there, probably going to plug that. Woodcutters have gone down for both teams now, so guess we do see a bit more trade cards. A bit more trade cards for Ulla indeed, but mainly more army for Frost. And he has 180 army on all those Monaspa.
Yeah, and Frost is getting the better trades wood-wise. So the wood of Ulla is going faster down than for Frost.
Woo! Oh god, that's extra tragic. I mean, I guess they have sitting tiger attraction traps, so at least they have better ones there. Thanks, Josh. Well, some siege just for Frost as well now. This has been a bit of an odd game. Frost is the player who has constantly less siege on the field than his opponent. And I don't think that's something I mean, in a matchup where both have equal siege, it's not something that I say too often.
Yeah, I think some Scorpions for Frost could be helpful. But on the other side, the Swan Towers are pretty good backup. And he saves wood.
He saves wood?
Pretty
He
nice
needs to
for him.
save wood as well. Still 20k wood lead for Ulla, but that means it has been diminishing a bit. Ishmael Bank calls it the benchmark cup, and wait until you see 4v4.
Yeah, but I'm a bit worried about the food and gold count from Ulla. It's pretty low.
So. KD is 500 in favor of Frost, so that's part of that explanation where that might come from. Maybe the open map DM man was right in Monaspa being obnoxious everywhere.
Yeah, I think Frost just got some better trades in the last minutes, and
Doesn't help if Ulla's army moves at the speed of a scorpion. Here it is not fighting! What is this slow-mo? I think it's ended now, but it was a bit of a misclick.
yeah, that was 100% a misclick, which happens, but we saw that in the 2v2 tournament when Frost played with Fezzy as well, so they were not the best economy-wise in reaching full pop and high wood count and stuff, but the micro and the unit control is just that good that the enemy team is losing more.
I
units
mainly
than
remember that
control.
Hezzy wasn't
It's
making enough gates and Frost was constantly screaming at him to make gates. And Hezzy was constantly screaming back that he was, what do you want from me? I'm making gates! See, I made gates!
That is true. I remember Hezzy was the first game only slinging with Portuguese.
Yeah. Slinging and
Frost was
walling.
in the end. Yes. So
And he hated it.
not the best game
Understandably so.
for Hezzy, but I can understand it.
Oh, we're doing the slow-mo again, but we're also doing another great soul shot for Ulla, so that flattened a lot of
Very
the
nice
Ulla
shot.
spot. Man says Ulla needs to attempt an all-in, otherwise it's lost, he thinks.
The question is, can you beat Frost with an all-in? That's the question.
All-in means deleting trade cards, right?
Farmers, trade cards, whatever. But he has not enough resources to do an all-in at this point.
Mm.
I mean,
A
he
very
could
short
do
all-in.
an all-in, but he would run out of resources very fast.
It's trying to petard, but you know what also what sadly counters petard's Swan Towers? They're taking out so many of them!
Will the
12 petards and
Okay,
he only
one-
killed one gate.
Yeah, that's one of the annoying parts when you play against Frost. You destroy one gate and he will replace two.
It's, Hydra might not be
That's-
playing for Zuno anymore, but Frost is the real Hydra.
Yeah. I just have a deja vu because it was exactly the same when I played against Frost. You destroyed one or two gates and 1 minute later there were 4 or 5 more gates. Or voids.
Yeah, I think Ficho can tell a story about that as well. How do you say his name, by the way? I'm probably saying it wrong.
I would pronounce it as K feature.
K Ficho. Ah, okay. But Ficho sounds sunnier. Also sounds a bit like an insult, though. I know it's not an insult, but it sounds like it could be one.
It sounds like it could be one. I think he's from South America, Bolivia, Peru. Some of these countries.
Let's see. Well, Frost is getting into the siege here a bit. It's pretty open at Ulla's front. Should Ulla try to wall more at the middle area?
It's hard. I'm sure he thinks about walling more. I mean, both players are pretty good in walling and doing all the annoying stuff, but I think now is the time to make some forward balls for Ulla.
Yeah, and he is doing... attempting that, indeed. I don't know where the villagers are. Man says, like the Michi man says... Manception is really going hard in chat now. It's saying it's Carfisho. Carfisho?
It's Carfish. Okay.
At least that's how I would say what RN man wrote. 2 messages under II man.
But II Man is the
II man is the
Runestones
Runestones man.
okay. I just got a little bit confused about all the mans.
Yeah, I thought you might know the other man. Because I know
No,
II
I
man.
don't.
II man has been here more.
Yeah, I know him as well.
Mansplaining. Manslaying? You almost wrote manslaying. We're seeing that in the main part of the screen.
The real
Mansplaining is
legend
only
is
here.
here as well. Sao, the real legend. Man, is the Sao retired? Nah, Sao. You're not retiring.
Sau's come back when he's in his LAN party organization group. He's already started posting his victories again.
Sao always comes back stronger. But this position for Ulla is pretty dangerous now.
Yeah, we're at the castles. We're sitting in the production. What every Michi DMer hates when it happens to him.
This is very annoying. If Frost brings now like 10 or 15 traps, the castles will go down.
Yes, only 6 on the
Yes.
field. This is indeed looking dire. All the armies lost to a 340 population. Some ETKs are trying to get into the fight, but they're being attacked while they're trying to get into the fight. And they're coming from the sides only now.
Ulla is kinda out of food, or low on food.
Oh, he's out, I would say. He's nothing in queue, so
Yeah.
nothing in queue 3 and food. I think we can completely finally call that out of.
Yeah, that means Frost will do some more forward towers and more trouble for Ulla. The first castle is under fire.
And on fire.
On fire, yeah, even more. More traps coming.
Castle's on
looks
fire. Castle's
not-
on fire. Burning, burning.
And
Yes,
as expected, the forward walls, the vertical wall.
we could call it fast track to the finals. Pretty literally, because if Frost wins the series, he is in them. Even though he isn't freaking Andy. That was probably before your time in Open Map DM, though, where that comes from. That was, I think, DM World Cup 4, where walling was still allowed,
Yes.
and Andy made a giant wall over the entire map, which was
legend.
very, very unusual. Yeah, when long walls were started to be. Yeah, well, and then I think Greek or who was casting that at the time said fast track to the finals, and fast track to the finals. It might be in only a little bit above 1 hour, so short. The Amici game. Frost gets the win with the Trojans.
Yeah, it's just hard if Frost can make his forward walls with towers and the siege behind. And Monaspa is a great unit.
Yeah, actually, Frost made a lot more units, right? Just judging from this, Frost made 4,577 on Aspa. And like less siege as well, if we look at the Scorpions compared to the SO. And Ulla made not even 4,000 units combined between the two units that he made. Guess that's the strength of Asnauri Cavalry and the higher pop cap, effectively.
Yeah, and Ulla really struggled on food. That was a big issue for him, I think. And I think that was also the reason why he resigned, because he saw he's so low on food, you can call it out of food, and he can't defend this push.
Ulla has killed and lost more units. Actually, no. Actually, Ulla has a massively positive KD. Maybe I mislooked that earlier. But it makes sense, I guess, since Frost made more units.
Yeah,
And
I
also
think one
did
of the
the side
reasons were the
effects.
Scorpions behind his army. They
Mhm.
did a good job. But it's hard when you get once out of the position and you have to replace your army from both sides. And Frost is making forward walls with towers and traps and siege between. That's very hard to defend.
Yeah, Robin Kuhl, Ulla's 2v2 teammate, is saying Ulla should have made Bombard Towers. That's also something I was thinking about at the start.
Yeah, but he had not enough gold to buy constantly stone, I think.
Mm.
Yeah, and it's like Joe said, it's high pressure in the game. You're playing against Frost, you're under pressure, and the economy is not that great that you can buy a lot of stone.
I see. Yeah, it was lower on trade at the start.
Mm.
I guess maybe
High on
because of Asnauri Cavalry as well, right? You need more. He was having a lot of woodcutters as well. Maybe that was too greedy to have so many woodcutters instead of trade at the start.
Maybe, yeah, you know it after the game. Maybe too many woodcutters at one point, because he already had 50k more wood than Frost. But yeah, obviously you don't know the wood count of Frost, so you think you have to get more wood, and more wood is better.
Or sometimes I heard people sell their wood in a wood game, you know?
I don't know what you mean.
No idea what I'm referencing. Wasn't that versus man even? Or was it not? Who are you playing there?
Nate Spike.
Hmm.
On Outcrop.
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, it was just a long game. I was hungry and I saw, okay, which resource can I sell? Yeah, wood looks good. Not the greatest idea, but...
it was a great moment. But what do you think could we see for game 2 here? So, Ulla now 1-0 down. What would you pick in this situation for him?
Will pick Mongols or Celts, and Ulla knows that, and he will try to react to Mongols or Celts. So, in theory, Turks could work with the cannons and the bombard towers and the XR range. But I don't think he will pick Turks because you can't cut another opening. I mean, you can cut with the wood choppers, but that takes forever. I think it will something between Ethiopians. Now, I pick Slavs. Let me pick Slavs for Ulla, and I say Mongols for Frost.
Yeah, I wanted to pick Slavs, man. No. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna agree though. I think it's pretty clear that you play Slavs here. So then I'm gonna say Slavs versus.
Yeah, Frost could also pick
Gujaras.
Celts.
I'm saying Slavs Gujaras.
Slavs, Gujaras.
I have no clue if Gujaras can win that. They shouldn't be in open DM, but
Yeah. Yeah, but also Michi, I think I would put Slavs over Gojara a little bit.
should we find out? I think they're already way into the next one actually. Thought there was the spec delay, but apparently we were 5 minutes after it, so let's jump in.
Man, is
And we do have
Gojara versus
Gujaras versus Slavs. 100%.
Okay, 100% win rate for you today.
And Ulla got the board stone first, I think.
Yeah, to make many cases as possible. That's like Slavs a little bit more than Gujaras.
Khmer versus Gujaras on Michi, from what I've seen, would be amazing for the Gujaras.
Yeah, both civilizations are really good. But if the siege survives of the Slav player, it could be really annoying for Frost. But I'm pretty sure he has an idea how to play against the siege of Slavs. That's why he picked Gujaras.
Yeah, well, I mean, there is Shirmansha Riders. The full gold unit in the Dodgers Protectors.
That's true. Shivam trials are solid against siege on Michi.
Yeah, so they're really fun to play.
That's
It's
true.
not that
That's
great
true.
against Siege in Open DM, but it's very fun to play against Siege with them.
No, I think
But
it's in
Michi, they
general
should
not
be better because they don't cost wood, though. Right?
exactly. You can kind of spam them, but you can't really do on open maps because of the resources.
We do see barracks being added for Frost, so for Frost. God damn it, Ulla here.
Because of the color.
Do see, yeah, and because of Slavs, like also Slavs and teal, that's so Frost serve to play, and Gujaras in purple does not make me think of Frost at all. Don't think
is
I've seen
true.
him play
That
much
is true.
Gujaras in open.
Yeah, but I think champions could be pretty good to react fast if you need army, because Frost will cut 2 or 3 or 4 openings.
There's the speed
And
here,
Slav,
right?
yeah, Slav champions are not too bad.
I had to really switch my head to say that it's gonna be champions against camels and not Helvetiers versus camels. That is so out of the take to play champions against the Jaras for me, man. I would have thought barracks, Helvetiers, of course. Like, everything is on a horse or an elephant for the Gujaras or the camels, so it's Helvetiers. But no, we don't want to spend wood in this mode, so it's champions.
Exactly. So normally on open maps you would do halberdiers, but on Michi the rules are kind of different. You try to save much wood as possible.
So big build up here of siege and castles for Ulla on the right side. Obviously that's the aggressive side for him, right? That's close to Frost Strait. That's probably where he wants to force the fight to be in order to not allow Frost to use the mobility.
Already 2 traps out, that's pretty early.
12-minute mark, yeah, maybe costing that those 2 wood choppers that could give him the edge in the woodcon.
But this map looks pretty interesting with a short corner for both players.
Which civ is that better for? I guess for the less mobile? I don't even, because it's all on the two
Yeah.
sides then?
I like the idea that you can produce the camels out of the stables and you can make more stables than castles. So you can kind of overwhelm the enemy, but also the siege of Slav is pretty good and pretty cheap.
And Gojaras produce faster, so you have less of your pop stuck in production queues.
Exactly. So Ullah should be careful to not outproduce wherever the fight is.
Man doesn't see an answer to LA archers.
Onager.
One of the mans, that is.
Yes.
I guess it's a very logical name.
Yeah. So if you can keep the elephant archer alive, yes, but they die pretty hard to the onager mass you can make and create on Michi.
Thank you for the raid, Hydor, and welcome to Deathmatch Michi Turbo. I hope your Alchemy League set went well. I saw you were streaming PoE of that. And I'll give you a shout out after this game, because right now the cuts are going to start here and the action after the 15-minute 3D. This is Michi Turbo. We're in the semi-finals of a $400 tournament on that mode. And it is two of the best players in the world facing here, Ullah and Frost. And we do have the first fight on the right side where Ullah is trying to cut. Do we also have a cut for Frost on the left? Yes, it is starting this very moment. So both trying to cut the short side to their opponent's trade.
Siege is pretty exposed here. The warriors are stuck behind.
Riders are not really getting through to the siege on the right side. On the left side, we kind of don't have army development yet, so maybe it's more of a fake cut. I knew this.
Yeah, Frost likes his fake cuts and fake attacks.
You just saw a Michi game actually? Heido was playing it? Oh well, that's perfect then. Let's go. Hyper random generated Michi as well, so smooth transition. Do we have the Elephant Archer Mars here? Let's see if the siege can reach it and if it can be answered, or if the Michi man was right, or I don't know if he's the Michi man, the Iron man.
The Scorpion's doing a great job, but also going down. You see Halberdiers, no champions.
Shao, we've been talking about how good Gojaras are and how good the matchup is already for a while. He wants me to ask if Gojaras are a good civ.
Yes, for sure. Gojaras are... It's hard to say which is the best civ, but for sure a top civ.
A good CV?
Also Slavs.
What's a CV?
He's just making fun.
Yeah, explain me the context though.
Yeah, there's a guy and he always asks, is Gojara, for example, a good CV? And that's why he's asking, is that a good CV? Freaking sour.
Alright, what do we think of this fight though? Elephant Archers seem to be starting to fall a bit here, but Frost has stabilized the situation. Maybe he's a bit pushing as well with the power of the Shrivamsha Rider, my favorite unit.
Yeah, and the cannons behind the elephants getting value. And the wood count is highly in favor for Frost. That could be a problem for Ullah.
Well, the Taras don't need wood. He's not gonna spend any of that.
Yeah, he still has 57 on wood. That's quite a lot.
Just now deleted them while you said it. And is adding bombard cannons, of course, with the wood behind. No siege engineers on those, so that's not the strongest option for the Gojaras, but I guess it helps against the siege. And in open map DM we play a lot of Rider BBC against siege civs. Chakram throwers though, I don't know. What are they contributing here? Like, the Boyas have all the melee armor in the world against them. The Scorpions and the Onagers should kill them.
I don't know.
Our right now man isn't living very much in the moment since he's calling the future GG already.
I wouldn't say already GG, but this is also a problem. If you get into the position where your army gets stuck like this, you have to delete something, like walls, or don't delete the castle, obviously, but I don't like the position from Ulla right now.
Oh, he's pushing back right now. Combined power of the man in chat calling the GG. The Slav Helvetiers say maybe not. And by the way, it was Helvetiers. It's not champions. We're seeing Helvetiers. So
Yeah,
maybe more open
it's
map
a-
then. No?
It's like Josh said, if the Slav can create his death ball, it's pretty hard for Gujarat to deal with.
Oh, it looks like it is creating now. Frost spending a bit of pop on the left side. Well, actually, Ulla spending 5 pop there. Okay, there's not really anything happening besides the one fight. But now it's a hard push for Ulla. He's making it onto the Elephant Archers. That's a lot of dead Elephant Archers. Sure, Resource Bank is looking good for Frost, but the Siege Civ is, I think, against a non-Siege Civ, not really playing for the bank, but playing for the Death Blow.
Yeah, I think it's now time. Okay, we're seeing some some rams, but I think Ulla needs some traps as well to get the walls down.
Yeah, there is an overchop. Technically this layer has been broken, but there is... It's only 2 layers of stone walls. I mean, we have a 2 wall alert.
Yeah, and Frost is not too high on food, so if Ulla gets in and can destroy the farmers.
Yeah, well, one wall alert soon. Well, I guess it's double walled in this one spot where he made it through the gates. No, one Halberdier is actually it's fully open for that Halberdier because
Yeah, but it's kind of risky to put the production buildings behind the walls, because every time when a unit passes through the gates open, so there's an opportunity to send a full group in.
True, I was
Position
told to
now.
make a wall behind my production building so that doesn't happen, but I'm also... It's sometimes really hard to place when you don't have space. I guess Frost could have done it here, but it's a stone investment. He was maybe looking more confident in his push. This is looking very good for Ulla now, so if Frost has someone to thank, maybe it's the 2 men trying to jinx here.
Yeah, it's not GG, but this is a pretty good death ball from the Slavs.
How many onagers do we have? We have, it's behind my chat, 43 onagers, and we have 100 siege on the field, just in onagers and scorpions, plus the rams. So actually
That's a solid
120
number.
siege units. That's quite some siege units. The elephant archers can't do anything. We're making camels right now. We should be making riders, no? Like, there's no boyas, but there's mass amount of siege units. So much rather like to see riders than camels right now. Maybe Frost overqueued
Yeah.
the camels earlier. Yeah, now he's dequeuing camels and queuing riders.
Yeah, riders and maybe more cannons to snipe the siege to reduce the death ball.
Man, Lucky Counts gets to see all the Gujara victories, and I get to see Gujara loss.
It's not over yet. I mean, Ulla is maybe kind of forced to go all in at this point, because he knows 39k wood is not that much and Frost will have more wood.
Yeah, you can't overcommit here though, right? If you try to run into the trade now or anything, the walls are breached, so he could. I think that would be a mistake, because then he would expose his siege, so he needs to keep slow pushing. Do you agree?
Yes, exactly. If you expose the siege and the siege goes down, the push will fail completely. So I like the idea of the siege elephants against the scorpions, but they will also go down to boyas.
They get bonus damage, no?
Against the scorpions?
I mean, the scorpions do bonus damage against armored elephants, siege elephants.
Yeah, but if
I
there are 10 siege elephants, obviously not against a full group of scorpions, but for sure the
Frost-
chakram throwers are waste at this point, I think.
It's 45 pop, like...
That's not the play.
Do we find actually a point where we can legitimately criticize Frost? That's not happening often.
No, but I think you can criticize this maybe too hard, but chakram throwers are a waste of pop at this point, I think.
How is that not critical? It's clearly critical, and it's completely fine to be critical of a player Frost. I'm waiting for it my entire life.
Well, you don't see that very often. That's true. But the Rams
The
going
Rams are
forward.
not going in. We're sitting on the production. We're killing the production even.
I would love to see some more traps from Ulla.
Speed this thing up. The chakram throwers are at least good against the Rams. Maybe that's what they're supposed to counter. They're doing melee damage to Rams. And now GG. Yeah,
Now
man.
GG.
You completely didn't mean for the other side earlier.
Yeah, he's switching sides very fast. I see.
The switching man. And the other
some
man
more
said the same.
buildings behind, but
Maybe
no wall
Ulla
back
went too
there,
deep now. I think man just jinxed Ulla. Now Frost is pushing back. Man, you need to stop calling GGs for someone so the game can progress in either direction.
Yeah, it's kinda a curse.
Yeah, well, the Scorpions
but
are
at this
still
point-
alive. I guess it's fine, right?
It's hard to control the Rams in this chaotic situation.
I think one thing you can say about AO2 is it's hard to control the Rams. Full stop.
True, but Frost is out of gold. And 108 farmers for Frost, that's quite a lot. And Ulla deleted some farmers to increase the army size. And I think
28
also
farms
he
only.
deleted
Oh
some
wow,
cards.
okay. He really wants to
Yeah.
finish it. Does he need to take this risk right now?
You can do it, I think. At this point, I mean, if you push Frost like this and you already lost the first game and you are in this position, why not?
I guess playing longer and longer versus the Wall Master is also a risk.
Yeah. I mean, Ulla knows he has 23k wood. It will be not a long game.
I understand. We have castles on fire again. 220 HP on that one. Things are shooting at the other castles though.
And there's no second cut for Frost on the left side. There's no wall behind the castle, so Ulla is getting closer and closer. So maybe we see a third decider game.
I would say it looks like it. I mean, something needs to kill this castle. It lost 7 HP since I last mentioned it, and now it's down. Finally, Ram got to it. The other castle there should fall as well. Now there's a big hole in the base of Frost 9. The first units are streaming into a trade. Crucial moment now. Maybe clear up from the side is what could save Frost. While
Yeah.
Ulla is raiding the trade, but I think there's enough Scorpions still.
It should be kinda GG because Frost is very low on gold. The push still goes on. Ulla is doing a great job by pushing Frost like this. Because he was in a very critical situation.
Indeed. Nice turnaround for the Pakistani living in Spain here. And the Swede might be broken for the first time in this tournament.
Yeah, now is the time to finish it. Don't lose the siege and destroy the castles.
One more castle is down, only one, like 2 castles kind of on this side, but a big gap in between of them. Chakram throwers are scrambling to save the trade. Not dealing much damage to the Boyas, however. Stables are falling, another castle is down. Frost has completely lost the right side of his base. Maybe needs to delete the market straight to this one. Instead, calls the GG. Well played. And Ulla ties up the series with Frost 9. Is Frost's dynasty over?
Ulla played really well this game. After he was in a very bad position, his army was stuck between walls and castles. He started the push and he won the game.
Yeah, I want to go back to the moment where the man scored the GG for Ulla. I think it was around this time. This is the situation where it looked when everybody thought Frost was winning.
Exactly.
And
This was
then
the situation.
Ullah managed to get the siege death ball forming. This is 5 minutes later, and from there on out, he was unstoppable with his CV.
And he was deleting his gates, I think.
Oh, the ones where everything was stuck in. Alright, I missed that. But they're probably in game 3, so it's time for us to guess the next one, I believe. Very hype here, 1-1 series. Great push by Ullah. We can quickly cycle through the statistics, but this game was not won on resource, or at least not on wood. It was kind of won on gold in the end, but there was more the push leading up to that. KD in favor of Ullah by 1k. More is collected for Frost, not winning the game. And Frost with a bit more villager hype, but that's just villager trade balance. And we have ourselves a great semifinals. Because it can't be closer than this, because it's only best of 3.
And the games are not as long as expected.
That's true. It's kind of a short 1-1 here.
Short, very short. I expected much
1
longer
hour
games
and
than
40
this.
minutes. Yeah, that's really quick for Michi standards, right?
Yeah, but Ullah played the last game really good with Slavs. He created the death ball, he deleted all the buildings step by step, he creeped forward.
Alright, so let me try to get the 100%. What are your Civ predictions? I'll let you go first again.
For the decider game, yeah, I think Frost will go a siege civilization after he picked Gojara 100%. So Lithuanians and Vietnamese is just a random pick to finish the draft. It will be Mongols and Celts are both very powerful, but I think he will pick Mongols. And Ullah has to pick Bulgarians, Ethiopians, or Turks. He will not pick Khmer. I don't expect Khmer against the siege civilization. So it will be Bulgarians against Mongols.
Alright, then I'm saying Bulgarians, Celts, and let's go in. Ethiopians, Celts, I'm still better.
Ethiopian Celts. Should be a pretty interesting game.
So we're going all in on siege and don't care about our other units too much. Welcome to game number 3. Frost buying stone first this time. I'll let you talk about the matchup. I'll be back in 30 seconds.
Yes, so I'm very interested in what is Frost doing as meat shield. The paladins against the camels are not very great. So what are your predictions? Hagi says Ethiopians the superior civ. Yeah. With the cannons behind, probably. Sao fast feudal into archer. Yeah, that's OP Sao. Cannons and camels good, yeah. I prefer to play Ethiopians in this matchup, but we will see. What
Oh, you
Frost can
prefer
do with
Ethiopians?
Celts.
Okay.
Yeah, because of the camels and the cannons. And the onagers are pretty good, the scorpions are pretty good. Obviously for Celts as well, but again, the cannons can make a difference. Only Shotels? No, I hope we don't see Shotels this game.
Oi, oi. Predictions was a good point though. I did a prediction for game 3, so you can bet 20 points if you want. And boom-wise, we're not there yet. We're around the 5-minute mark right now with the first walls already coming up. We do have a more even map gen this time, so it's the decider game, right? We want the 4-hour game now.
Yeah, I'm still thinking which civilization I would prefer. I still think Ethiopians are a bit better on Michi because of the cannons and the camels, and But Kels is also pretty strong. For sure, it will be a wood game. Both civilizations needs a lot of wood.
And both don't have crop rotation, so they run out faster as well. And your CMOD captain is here to tell you that he doesn't like your comp ideas. He's here to lecture you on your own game mode.
Yeah, well, Michi is just a little bit different, and I guess there are a lot of different opinions, but
Oh, I'm sure Keller has never played Michi, but that doesn't stop him from having an opinion.
no, Keller hates Michi, I think, right, Keller? Michi, you only play Troll Composite, that's fine.
Well, I guess that confirms it.
I guess so. But we
I
also
mean,
could ask
you
him
can
when
even
we play
convince your
Michi
own
together.
captain to play Michi, you know?
We need Keller for a Michi game.
Oh, I mean, maybe what do you know? Maybe Michi. Oh my god! Imagine the admins put Michi in the map pool of DM Nations Cup. All of a sudden, you
Oh.
become a lot more attractive for the higher Germany teams. Then that would be kind of cool actually, because then every team needs to like plan in a dedicated Michi player, you know.
Yeah,
And all
we
the
play
top map
Michi-
DMs would be scrambled to get a Michi player in their team.
yeah, you just play Michi completely different to other maps, right? Because of the wood line and all that stuff. But I guess if you play 2 on the pop without treaty and turbo, the rules are kind of the same like open map, only the dynamic of the game is kind of different because of the wood.
Yeah, Zhao would be happy. Team Netherlands instantly 500% stronger by Zhao's Michi skills.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for Xiao to play Michi.
Oh, he didn't play
Uh,
Michi?
that
I thought he's playing to prepare for his show match versus Tailfeather. I thought he's training all the time.
I'm still waiting of both of these guys to schedule their show match. So maybe we can put on some pressure on Sao and Tailfeeder.
I'm doing that right now, I think.
Yeah, it could be the second best game after Frost and Ulla.
Yeah, maybe we should talk more about the decider game in the semi-finals and not about the fun show matches of the community heroes. But I mean, they're community heroes for a reason, I suppose. Wood count is very high. Holy shit, yeah. Like, you talked about it, right? Both civs need a lot of
Yeah.
wood, and I think we see that reflected on the build orders here. Over, like, Frost was over 200 builds, is now reducing it 3 minutes before treaty. And, okay, I guess he's just refreshing lumber camps. And Ulla is still above
it's-
200 woodcutters.
As expected. Food is pretty low, gold is solid, and wood is very high, over 200 wood choppers.
Alright, first onagers. Looks like Frost wants to push on the left side. And Ulla's looking to defend. Has some defensive onagers there, because he's expecting him to push the side with the neutral market, I suppose.
Yeah.
But not many buildings there, right? There's a lot of free space with this 5 onagers. I don't like seeing that. Like, that seems like wasted, idle
Yeah.
space. Which I guess is the thing in this mode.
Yeah, I don't like the wood between the production buildings, and we will see what Ulla is doing after Frost starts cutting very soon.
Yeah, and there's like 3 patches there that are kind of inside his walls, right? Even that patch with the siege launcher just has 1 tree that reaches the walls. Those 2 trees are not walled next to the right of it. Then that tree with that patch that he's cutting is inside the wall. So there could be a lot of future holes here.
Yeah, exactly. And there are not a lot of production buildings on the left side for Ulla, so he should react pretty fast now.
Yeah, idle space. I mean, man, these cuts of these guys look so clean. I'm so envious. Like, that's really the part I don't know. That's the hardest for me to learn, to make a clean cut in the 3DS. But Frost
Yeah, one
obviously
thing you
can
can
do
do
that
is,
and is attacking on the left side.
One thing you can do is grouping the onagers on different numbers, and then you can cut much faster.
Yeah, maybe I should do that because I can't do it Ullah's way. Ullah can't do it Ullah's way that well either. I mean, there's 4 trees in the middle of his cut that he's doing on the right side, so Frost is the better cutter.
This will
But
be
there's a second cut.
interesting.
Whose siege is better though? What's better? Are the Celt bonuses with more HP and faster firing, or blast radius of the Ethiopians on Meiji?
I would say Celts, but also Ethiopians have the cannons to snipe all the siege from a distance.
Okay, so apart from the cannons, you would prefer the Celt siege. Because I thought
Yeah,
maybe the
yeah.
blast rate is more important on Meiji than it would be otherwise. On
I would
open map, I
prefer
would
the
say
Celt
Celts.
siege. Yeah, I would say Celts is still better. I mean, it's still Celts. The siege is really good, but sitting there with cannons behind could be really annoying for Frost.
What is this British take of Automod, please? Automod is blocking Celts will win. Nova, I Nova saying Celts will win. And apparently that's considered bad by Automod? The fuck, Huggy, did you reprogram Automod to do only like England takes or what?
Anyways, hi Nova. Hope you are prepared for tomorrow.
Yeah, Nova man, you need to win. You need to at least make it to the finals after you beat me. You already struggled versus Ostu. You also got a win of you. I expect something more clean tomorrow.
Frost is making.
I mean, I'm not sure
champs and
pressuring would
halves.
help. Frost is pushing a bit back in the middle through Ullah's cut, has defended that as a keep. Is now raiding the woodline with Woad Raiders. Woad Raiders raiding woodlines, that's what they're made for, right? And some siege onagers, cutting the wood, maybe potentially as well. Would be a classic Frost move.
That's annoying for
All
Ulla
attacking
for
villages,
sure.
more or less.
But also Ulla got 30k more wood and still has around 30 more villagers on wood. That's pretty solid.
The Woad Raiders are raiding all the Woad. And Ullah's walling on the left side forward though. Will he get that up? The army count seem very low, because I guess both people are trying to keep wood choppers here. And everything's running around. We don't really have a big fight.
It's kind of tricky to play. You got a lot of wood, but you also know you are Celts and Ethiopians. You will need a lot of wood for the future if the games goes longer.
But now Ulla has the wood advantage, so Frost should be careful not to cut too much wood. He is actively trying to cut wood away though on the right side.
Oh,
As the
maybe
Celts.
he's trying to wall the wood in for himself. Maybe that's the idea.
Maybe? Yeah, I mean, he's trying to cut the front wood here, right? Yeah, and there's the wall. Okay, of course, you're the expert. That makes more sense.
Yeah,
He's
that's
cutting
very
a
annoying for
line that
Ulla.
he can wall.
Yeah.
Of course, the dirty plays out of Frost.
Yeah,
Are we
that's,
surprised?
It's dirty but very smart.
Yeah, that's why it's dirty. Do Ethiopians get bomber towers? Are bomber towers banned? Welcome, January's crossbowman. Bomber towers, they don't. That's the answer. And they're not banned, but neither Sylph gets them here.
Yeah, I don't. Will we see a tower push?
Kind of surprising for
to
such
Ethiopians.
a cannony Sylph like Ethiopia. I guess they don't have hand cannons either. It's kind of weird that they have bombard cannons actually.
Oh, we see quite some shortles.
Shortles! Shortles! We actually see shortles! That Huggy just trolling. And you said, I hope we don't see them, but we have 88 shortles on the field! What the hell? I mean, I guess it's road raiders and infantry only, right? There's no paladins. So, and there's no paladins and there's no big massive siege anywhere, really. That war was denied. Now Ulla is attacking on the right there, the woodline with the Shortle siege army, and Huggy's in
Okay.
paradise, I guess. Oh no, he
That's
wants
also
400
okay.
Shortles, right?
Okay,
Man,
Ulla
and
is
Hagi, you
destroying
call
the
me a
whole wood.
complainer. Come on, you wanted shortles, you get 100 shortles, and you're still complaining that it's only 124? It confirms that Hagi's the bigger complainer than I am. Now Ulla's cutting all the wood. Ulla says, alright, you wanna cut the wood? My wood bank's good. Let me just cut all the wood?
Okay, that could be very annoying for Frost. The shortles in his base, killing all the siege.
The shortles are winning the game, I can't! That I really did. I mean, I thought it was a joke conversation. I did not have in my cards that shortles would actually be deciding this game.
Yeah, but the resources of Frost are very good, so I don't think he will resign.
Yeah,
Then,
no, I mean,
team
not
is
that
pretty
deciding the
easy.
game, but I was wiping the shortles. It's just the.
Yeah,
They
that's
worked
kind
out
of
really well.
surprising. They worked out better than expected. But I think Ulla just got the idea. If Frost playing a lot of infantry, he's playing a lot of infantry as well.
Siege getting cleared now, so Frost is pushing it back a bit on the right side. What's happening on the rest of the field should move to military view. Pretty stalemate-y. It's traps firing at walls. Shortles trying to get through walls. Lots of bombard cannons in the middle for Ulla. Ulla seems overall more active on the map right now, and both are walling there. On the right side, lots of space for walls, because there's no trees anymore.
Yeah,
Marco
Ulla just
Bean is
decided
here.
to clean all the wood on the right side after Frost tried to wall it in.
Yeah. You can't have it? Nobody can have it.
Exactly.
If I can't have it, it would have been more correct, but whatever. Lots of shortles, lots of camels in the center, lots of bombard cannons, and Sidon just can easily open this wood part as well. It's a thin green line between the players here.
Yeah, but I like the position of Ulla a little bit more than the position of Frost at this point.
Ulla's not full pop though. I guess producing bombard cannons and they're slow to produce. Now the wood is open in the middle. Frost is pushing back a bit on the right side, but that's only Vote Raiders, so shouldn't get too far. More. Yeah, Ulla, man. Hey, I'm looking at the right side of the map. Ulla doesn't have any vertical walls. What a noob.
Yeah, Frost is taking over the space, and that could be dangerous in the future.
Yeah, where's the vertical wall here would go a long way, no? I like. Ulla talked to me so much about vertical walls. I need to come back then.
Yeah, well, I think that's the game pressure. You're in the game and you're playing against Frost. But you're right, the vertical wall there, maybe 2 would be really helpful for Ulla.
Just the tech grounding that gap in the walls in the middle. Ulla has some activity on the left side. Okay, that's just some shortles. Has defended the right side or the Vote Raiders. Ooh, the Vote Raiders running. Because there are no vertical walls, they're running into the bombard cannons. And
Yeah, that's
cleared
very
actually quite some of them. Quickly all of them with the ones that are coming from the front.
Yeah, Ulla needs the vertical wall very badly.
How do we have these 2 giant siege civs in this game? And this is the one game where we're playing on 5 fronts instead of on like the one of the previous 2 games. Like, I don't know where to look because there's little fights everywhere. And at least from my open map brain, I would really not expected that from Ethiopians versus Celts.
Yeah, I just think both players had the same idea to make it hard for the enemy. And playing like everywhere, because you try to avoid the enemy to get his siege ball like in the last game with Slavs. And the Vote Raiders and the shortles doing a good job.
Yeah.
So it's
Unique
very
infantry
tricky
units,
to
strongest
play.
units in the game. Who would have said that we would ever say that? They got some buffs.
Yeah, you don't see many shortles and Vote Raiders in normal Michi games, but I think that's not a normal game. They're 2 of the best players in the decider game, and
Then you
makes
see
it
the
harder
units
to
you
play.
normally don't see. I mean, imagine we would say this about RM. If RM we see 2 of the best players in the world in a decider game, then we see crossroads.
We see skirmishers against, other trash units.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I don't
war
know who
fights on
made
the
the
right.
infantry first, but I think the second player just reacted to it.
Frost did it. I mean, it makes
Yeah,
sense
then
that Frost
Ulla
did it, right?
reacted.
You don't want to fight paladins into camels, especially not with Celt
Yes.
paladins, which aren't great. I mean, Ethiopian camels are bad too. They both actually lack the same upgrades, right? No defense, no bloodlines, so
they're
it's
both
equally
not
bad
really
camels and
great.
paladins. So I guess the bad camel is a lot better than the bad paladin.
Yeah, it's still camel against paladin. Yeah, but it's also Michi, so everything what not cost wood, like camels and paladins, you can kind of spam. And it's not too bad if you lose them. And if I look to the gold and food count of Frost, he's pretty good. Ulla got 30k more wood, but
Yeah, it's a
still
bit
wood
like
on the
game
map.
1, right? Ulla with the wood bank, but then struggling on the other resources. And I guess having the other
Ulla-
resources so far was superior in this game. Big push all coming on the left side for Frost, Rams and Scorpions there.
Yeah, Ulla has to be careful that he's not doing the same mistake like in the first game, getting bad trades with the units, and he runs out of wood faster or food and gold.
Hmm.
It's
Has the
pretty
units to
good.
defend the push, so I guess that's going over. Ethiopian Cavalier! Last seen that from
Cavaliers.
Legend on Serengeti.
Yeah, probably the wrong choice on open maps, but in this situation on Michi, you can play it, I think.
What? Oh, now I'm having a Keller moment. Camel PVC that's troll. Ethiopian Cavalier
Yeah.
has to always be troll.
I know. But we are still talking about Michi, and the rules in Michi are a little bit different. That's why many high RM players struggle on Michi a little bit.
No, Ethiopian camels
Not-
make sense in a lot of situations. I don't think Ethiopian camels are as crazy as cavaliers.
Nah, it's not crazy. Still camels, but yeah, just not great camels.
The honey warrior, if you mean turtles, we've seen a lot of honey warriors. I don't know why they're honeys, but I guess we love them as well.
More than expected.
Way more than expected. We were up to 130 turtles, Maxi. You were too late.
Yeah, but it's an interesting game. Both players decided to play very open. We don't see a big siege death ball.
Yeah, we do have a relatively I mean, we have the Scorpion Bombard Cannon mass in the middle for Ulla at least. It's the biggest siege amassment I can see, and a bit of a siege death ball for Frost on the left side, I guess. Where how many walls are we apart from the trade? Only 2. There's a hole in the third one. There's not much defensive units.
I like the vertical wall of Frost. It could be very tricky to defend in the future for Ulla.
Yeah. That's
Should
dangerous, I
throw it.
think. And the tower push is starting there
Yeah.
as well, and that was the recipe how he won game 1, so Ulla should start to be worried here and maybe make more production there or produce more units. There is queuing the Cavalier there and siege from these workshops, so he's trying to address it, but the units open the gate and the Ward Raiders can't get onto the siege. That means the
Yeah,
bombard cannons will
that's-
fall. That's terrible.
That's the thing with foot raiders. They can be very annoying for this. Yeah, but I think Ulla realized, okay, I should be careful on the left side.
Yeah,
But
it's
there's
addressing it.
already the vertical wall that's very annoying to play against Celts. But Ulla could defend with cannons pretty easy.
That's an advantage. Frost now moving on to the middle as he is being cleared on the left side. Now has a good amount of units in the middle. There's a lot to go through there, but I mean, not that much. Like, Ulla's been pushed back on many fronts though. Frost has regained the momentum after the Shotel Flood.
Yeah, but that means Frost can make progress in the middle, and he's walling forward, also vertical walls, and some good shots with the onagers. Yeah, Ulla gets more and more into a position he has to react and to defend. That's for sure not good for him.
So, like, RN Man, do you have another nickname that we might know? Because Iron Man is calling Ulla out. Ulla saved the wood in the base for late game, low elo legend move. And I'm wondering if you
Well,
can back that up. what do you
Maybe,
think
but
about
for the super long game, it's very helpful to have wood in your base. But I kind of dislike the wood between your production buildings and walls, and
Yeah, we criticized it at the
annoying
start,
part.
right? All these holes that it's making
Yeah.
there, you could just wall behind most of them as well. But the big shuttle mass is back in the middle, and whenever shuttles are on the field, Ulla starts winning a front at least, but on the left side. Then we just talked about the World Raiders are in, the gate has fallen, Frost has a trap mass there. Ooh, oh. Hey, trebuchets.
Yeah, that's very dangerous for Ulla, because even more vertical walls, and that's how I lost my game against Frost. He just made too many vertical walls and was able to cut my army off, and then it's just hard to defend at the critical point.
Definitely see the strength of the vertical walls even on the offense here. I mean, you use them to defend your woodline, but you also use them to defend your push. I guess that's the two usages.
Yeah, especially to defend your siege. You put your siege behind the walls, and it is quite safe.
That's what it's doing right now, and Ulla's army coming from the middle has to go through these like trenches now in order to go all around this wall. It's basically to address first siege, and they can't really get there. I mean, two trebuchets have walked the wrong path, so I guess they're getting to them. Thanks for the follow. Wapda. Also a good idea. I will probably cast more of the Michi tournament in the future, so if you're interested in these kinds of crazy games, consider to drop a follow. Ah, that's
Wapda is one
Wapda
of the
here,
players which doesn't sign up for the versus one tournament.
Oh, yeah. To turn. But at least he's followed my channel. That makes it okay.
That's true. Okay, Ulla
Traps are retreating. Ulla deleted
bit.
his own walls in part in order to have a bit more space to maneuver. I should really delete these two tiles here. I swear, they're bugging me so much. They're just prolonging cross wall. Just get rid of these two.
Yeah, but that was a good move to delete buildings or walls, just to move. The army gets not stuck.
Do the two heavy camels is too much? Well, we're lower than that now, and the camel and shuttle mass is pushing back here. Yes. Keller was right. Camel BBC is a troll comp, that's why it's camel shuttle BBC.
There's the push in the middle.
Comp. Lots of rams.
Yeah, the game reached again a point like in the first game where Frost gets better trades.
And determines kind of where the fights happen,
Ulla.
right? He's alternating between the left side and the middle. And that means Ulla has a lot of army running on the field, being idle, like trying to follow Frost's army movements, and therefore has less troops in the fight, which then translates to Frost taking better engagements.
Yeah, exactly. And it's harder to control your units because you have to play on the left side, in the middle. Then the pressure is lower on the left side, but every time when the pressure is somewhere lower, you know Frost is in the middle or suddenly on the right side, and there's no pressure. New vertical walls, but it looks like Ulla can defend this as well.
No, we're live.
20 years behind.
I mean, we're exactly 5 minutes behind because there's back today, but
Yeah.
I hope that wasn't a spoiler. And they're playing better in a tourney or not is like can be very different.
Well, it's this decider game, so
Depends on the player. Some are playing better in tourneys, some not. Frost is pushing hard on the left side now.
yeah. But I don't think Frost is nervous or something like this. He played enough tournaments to handle the pressure.
Oh, but usually people are nervous when they play against Frost, especially. So it's a bit the
Yeah.
Viper effect, right?
Yeah.
That's a dangerous push though. Where's Ullah's army addressing that? We have the trebuchets behind. And the heavy scorpions. And siege onagers. The army's kind of fighting these little armies in the middle. Maybe that's just because of patrolling, but I don't see much of Ullah in between Frost and the trade anymore. And there's only one piece of wall now. He's walling behind that tree now, finally. But needs to get some army out there. 300 army. This is not looking great for Ullah. It was a really close and good set, but it's starting to look good for Frost now. On the push side as well as on the resources are kind of looking... Yeah, resources are looking great for Frost now. Has more wood now.
Yeah, he just got the better trades over the last minutes, and that is kind of like what in game 1 happened. Frost gets better trades, and again better trades, and look at his resources, 112k gold. If he deletes his cards now, he will win the game. And he will not run out of gold pretty fast.
True. I don't think Frost is someone to take that risk in this situation though.
Yeah, and he deleted 40 trade cards. So
Okay. Oh.
at
I
the
guess I was
moment,
wrong. I guess more civilizations
Yeah.
right than used to.
that is true. That is true. But I think if he deletes like every single trade card at this point, Ullah will just be overwhelmed. Because it's awkward to fight there. Vertical wall, siege behind, gates going down, wood raiders going in. This is a very hard position.
There's a trade wall. Was that always there? No, I think that was just made as a desperate measure by Ullah. It's trying to remass behind that. Has the scorpions now there, so maybe he can clear up a bit from the side here, but the bombard cannons are now caught out by the paladins. The scorpions aren't shooting, they're not protecting the bombard cannon, so he's losing that army as well.
Yeah. Frost deleted his vertical wall to reach the cannons. That was a good move.
True. Yeah, you have the control to delete them as well if you want to move there, right? And now,
Yes,
of course,
exactly.
Frost is making an even longer one instead of that.
And we're seeing a tower rush with the cats.
I mean, they have strongholds.
Not many towers, but yeah, Frost could buy a lot of stone to make more towers forward.
Frost getting all the plays now. Ullah is trying. He's trying to his hardest to hold it. It was a close semifinals. Is a close semifinals. I think we can safely say was at this stage.
And of course some pressure in the middle.
It's just everything's
Yeah,
streaming through the scorpions there. So actually Frost is losing some of his reinforcements, but there's nothing defending the trade anymore.
This is such a hard position for Ullah.
Do we get a Zao castle? He isn't as cool as Ustuk and me.
Yeah, I think
I made
this game
Zao
looks-
castles when I beat Nova, and I think it was
No,
Ustuk or was it Nova? One of them made them in their match as well. And even more, like made like 5 castles in the trade or something.
Yeah, I remember Nova made 9 castles in the trade line of Ustu.
Ah, there was Nova then, alright. Yeah, I made 2 in this trade. In game 1.
Yeah, but this position is very bad. Ullah kinda lost the neutral market. He can't shorten the trade. There's still a
Oh,
lot
true,
of
that's the
threats
neutral
around.
market side as well. So yeah, he can't even trade at all
Yeah.
anymore.
And a lot of towers forward with buildings, so it looks, yeah, the 10k gold is not that much. He needs a miracle.
He won't get a miracle. It was a very, very
okay.
good attempt, but he caused the GG. Well played. And Frost
Yes.
definitely had to work in this semifinals. Was a really strong game 2 comeback by Ullah. But game 1 and game 3 also relatively short. Frost exactly wins in 1 hour and 5 minutes. So that's also 105ing the opponent. And he said, don't resign after game 1 because that lasted 1 hour and 4 minutes. But very similar game times in the 2 games where Frost won. And, well, even quicker win for Ulla in game 2. But, yeah, strong match here by Frost. It's a semi-final,
Yeah,
so maybe he wants to
both
talk to us.
players played really well, but I think we could saw that Frost is playing with onagers really well, even against onager civilizations. And yeah, if you lose the neutral market, it's GG.
Is treadmill a thing in Mitri? Asks Admiral Zhao. Eisen.
Not in these settings. So if there's a 50-minute reach, treadmill crane is irrelevant. You can reach with Sicilians, for example, or Spanish very fast 400 pop, and your economy will be great, but it's not that important like on open maps. If you play without treaty, maybe a little bit.
Ayaja Chihaya, thank you for the follow. If you're looking for the tournament, the Michi DM Discord, I think that's under Gauntlet command. DM Discord leads you to the open map Discord, and Discord simply leads you to my Discord. I know it's a bit confusing, but just join all of them. Lovely communities. And talking about joining, we do have our finalist here with us as well. Welcome, Mr. Frost9.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So what's better, winning the game in 1 hour 04 or in winning in 1 hour 05?
Oh, was that the game time?
It was the game
Yes.
times of your 2 wins, yeah.
I think he won faster though. So
He won faster, yeah. He won in 40 minutes. He
yeah,
got clapped.
no chance. No
Well, there
chance.
was a chance in that game, actually. It was the clap. First, people were calling GG for Ulla in the middle of that game. But yeah, how do you feel about the
really?
set? And it was relatively fast games for Michi, right? But felt like a close series.
Yeah, it was nice that it didn't go for like 3 hours per game. So yeah, it was very intense though. Like he had a clear game plan, I think, in every game, what he wanted to do. And yeah, I kind of liked my Civ draft. But I'm not really sure, like after the first 5 civs, what to pick after.
Yeah, Vietnamese and Lithuanians.
No clue. Like Lithuanians, you have a nice Juju, I guess, and Vietnamese elephants.
Yeah.
But
I
was
think
not
irrelevant in best of 3.
Yeah, I was not going to pick them anyway. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what do you think was the better civ draft?
You got the better stiff draft, I think, in general.
Okay,
Celts, Mongols. Yeah, Gujarat against Slavs. I put Gujarat below Slavs. Just because of the siege. If Ulla gets the siege ball, I would bet my money on Slavs.
Okay. I think what went wrong for me in that game, I shouldn't have just played in like one area. I should have tried like pushing his side once the treaty ended. I shouldn't have just sit there and wait.
Let's go chronologically through the
Yeah.
games though. So game 1 was like Georgians versus Teutons, and I guess you mainly ended up playing around the. What do you think is the strength of Georgians in that matchup? Because from a lot of perspective, it can be seen as hard.
I think you have better eco with the churches, so you can have like more armor or whatever you want to do with that extra pop, and also that like Monaspa is so strong as well. I think it's just better than Teutons. I think you cannot do anything with Teutons.
Yeah, Monaspa is super strong.
Then
So
you have
it's
the Swan
Snauri
Tires.
Cavalry and Swan Towers, right? I mean, that's all everything you played. You didn't play any siege basically in that game.
Yeah, I didn't really need it. I could just keep spamming Monaspa forever. While he had to resort to like Scorps and stuff, so at some point he was going to run out of wood if the game just kept on going.
Yeah, Ulla got more wood, but at one point you started getting the better trades on wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I was fine with just fighting in the middle there. It was okay, even if I just kept losing units.
Yeah, so the cut on the left and right side were just fake attacks.
Yeah, just to draw attention and raid his
Yeah.
wood line or whatever.
Yeah, I think he got at 1.50k more wood than you,
Oh,
but after all the trades, the wood was pretty even.
okay.
Yeah.
So I guess he ran out of something else then, because he started to collapse after a while.
Yeah, food and gold was at one point more the problem. And the position he was in is, I mean, I was kind of in the same position against you when we played, when you came to the middle. So the production buildings are on the left and right side, just a few castles in front, and it's super hard to defend, especially if you are low on resources.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the wood count was pretty good for both of you, but you got a lot of more food and gold at this point at the end of the game.
Yeah, I just think that comes down to the fortified church bonus.
Yeah, I mean, the economy of churches is pretty nice.
Yeah.
For the
and
wood,
Ulla
the
went-
churches didn't help much. He made them on the wood line, but he collected a lot more. So, but I guess in the end, it masses over the farms and everything.
Yeah.
And he ran
yeah.
out of gold food then.
But yeah, it was
Yeah.
a good attempt though. Like I just think that's a civ win. You cannot do anything as students in the long run.
Yeah, I was thinking about Teuton cannons could make a difference if you had played more siege, but your focus was on Monaspa, so the cannons were not needed.
Yeah. I just wanted
Yeah.
to save wood as much as I
Yeah.
could.
Yeah, I think that was the right play.
All right, interesting. But then we went on to game number 2. We already briefly mentioned it, right? There was Gujaras versus the Slavs. And
Yeah,
I don't
that
know,
was
what
a
was
disaster.
your thoughts on the matchup previously? Like, what were your thoughts before picking Gujaras? What were you expecting?
I was expecting him to go Khmer, and I thought Gujar would do okay against Khmer, but then it was Slavs, and I was like, I have no clue what's gonna happen here. And yeah, terrible.
Gujaras do
Disaster.
okay against. That's like, is that a Michi take or like? Because I think if we would play open, normally people would like the Khmer more, right? A lot, probably with the scores.
Yeah, maybe not in
better
the start.
scores.
I think you have to try to play against like Khmer and Slavs on different spots. Like you cannot just fight in one spot because they have the stronger army if you stand at one location.
But that isn't what ended
Which
up happening. He just cut the right side, and you just fought there and seemed to be winning the fight. And what happened then?
I think he got his comp together, like with scorpions and everything, in the right amount. And I couldn't get to his scorpions at all. I just kept losing insane amount of units without doing anything. And yeah, eventually he could just push through all the way into the trade. But I should have attacked on the other side, like at his the closest side to his trade. I should have attacked there, so he couldn't just focus on one location. I played too passively, and that backfired.
Yeah, it's hard to play to stop the Slav death ball with all the siege with Gujara.
Yeah, and it felt like he had 60 scorpions or something, but yeah, he played very well.
Felt like
Yeah,
at
he
some
played very
point you were
well.
making maybe too many camels as well for that fight and not enough riders. Because initially the riders seemed to be doing quite fine, and then he completely switched out of Boya at some point, and then it was only siege. He had like, I don't know, 150 siege units, and you still like made some camels and elephant archers. And I mean, I guess it's hard. 150 Slav siege units. I don't know just stopped that.
Yeah, and at one point, Ulla deleted some eco, like cards and farmers, to increase his army size. So I don't know what the highest army size was for Ulla in that game, but when he saw he is able to push, he deleted eco, and like the same what you did in the first game, Frost.
Yeah.
And then it's just hard to defend.
Yeah, you can kind of feel when you're starting to get the upper hand, where you can like really go all in, try to end the game.
Yeah, in
And
the
he
third
had
game
to
you had
do that in game
so
2,
much
right? You were
resources.
way ahead on resources. People were calling the GG for you because Ulla was running out of res, and then you found that
I mean,
timing
that
to push back.
that was one of the mans.
Both of the
They
mans.
called
Both of the
yeah,
mans
they
called
called
the
GG for both players.
When
I
they
should have
called
put my-
GG for you, we started to think maybe you take it back, or like if
Yeah,
GG against you, whatever.
Both
Well, in
times too early.
in that game, I regretted that I didn't put my market in the corner, so I could get some extra space. So yeah, I lost some space because I didn't put it in the corner.
Oh, I don't think we realized that actually.
Oh, okay.
But
But
yeah,
yeah,
then we went.
it did very well though.
Indeed, and then we went to game 3, and you chose the Celts, and he chose the Ethiopians. Did you expect Ethiopians? I mean, it was the last pick.
No, no, I was still expecting Khmer. Like in my mind, Khmer is a strong civ in this, so no, I really didn't expect Ethiopians. Was like Sao hijacking his draft or something? Like what happened?
Huggy was in chat too, and Huggy called the Schotels min 1, so and that ended up being almost the strongest weapon that Ulla threw at you in that game. Were you surprised when you all of a sudden 120 Schotels showed up and pushed you back on multiple fronts?
Yeah, like I think he got into my base on the right side, like the first time he did that.
Yeah.
I wasn't really prepared for it. Like if he just went to my trade, like I didn't have a back wall this game, so that was kind of risky. So he could have just went into the trade.
Oh, true. You only had the front walls. Why did you only have the front walls? You have nothing behind the wood line, right? That's the moment I think I'm showing it right now.
I think it was because I had like farms and stuff, and I didn't want to interrupt my trade, and I didn't want to farm in my trade. I just want my cars to be alone. So yeah, that was a risky play.
That's very risky, but Ulla doesn't know that, right? So every player is expecting their awards.
Yeah.
You don't just run through and think you are in the trade.
Only a stupid person would not wall back there.
It's the same as with holes in your base scenario, right? As long as the opponent doesn't see the hole, it's not there.
Exactly.
I guess there was castle still, and it's Schotel, so it's hard for him to run in. But I mean, if he would have run in here, maybe through the DCs and the markets, would that have been trouble for you?
Nah, I still had a lot of gold, but it would have been annoying because I would have to deal with that, and I would probably lose some forward ground.
Yeah, I think in this position you had 40k wood, 40k food and 70k gold. So even if he runs through and destroys the whole eco, it's not GG.
Yeah, it's just annoying that he's gonna get more ground.
Yeah, but if Ulla walks through in this position and he sees there are no walls, it could be more trouble. But yeah, like I said, every player is expecting there are walls and the economy is not that exposed, so well played.
It was a very, very messy game though, right? After like we had like game 1 and 2, which was mainly fighting in the same spot with some like fake cuts. And game 2, maybe that was your mistake. And then we had 2 heavy siege civs against each other, Celts, Ethiopians, right? The only thing good about them is their siege for both civs. And then you fought like 15 fights over the whole map.
It felt kind of early that he was just going to cut the wood everywhere. He tried to take forward positions like everywhere and cut my wood. So I tried to cut his wood.
Wait. You're saying he started it? From what we saw, you started it. You wanted to wall in all the wood and started the cutting at the right side. And then you did that and got your wall half up, and then it backfired because he then cut all your wood. That's how we saw it, at least. You try to blame it on him now.
No, but it did some stuff in the middle.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
I just tried to do it back a little bit.
I mean, it's funny and
felt
smart to
like
play,
your
but-
first cut on it just were doing that before that. I don't know. I'm still pretty
No,
convinced you
no,
started.
no. I would never cut a wood line. No.
never, ever. You know,
No.
fastest chaos
No,
never happened.
that's not
Game
me.
versus
No, no,
Poland
no.
never happened. Oh, you know,
Just by
TDMCs also
accident.
never happened.
That was not on purpose. I
Just
see.
accidentally clicks the wood there. It's
So-
not on purpose.
That's
Yeah.
why you went purple. So we think it's your opponent cutting wood.
Yeah, that's not someone else. That's not me.
It's just a misclick.
But
Many
I see,
misclicks.
he has more wood than me at this point already.
Yes.
Like 30k more.
Yes. Yeah, but again, same as in game 1, you got at one point better trades, and then the wood was pretty close, and at the end of the game you got more wood.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Ah.
we kind of saw the same in the 2v2 tournament, resource-wise. The other team of your enemies, when you played with Halsey together, got better resources, but you got the better trades
Mm-hmm.
in the fight.
Yeah, we don't really know the meta in the start here, like the round, right? Will count and stuff. So kind of improvise when we play. And yeah.
I mean, it's still good. It's still good. Just Ulla got a little bit faster to 400 pop and stuff, but he
Mhm.
also plays more Michi than you nowadays, so it is kind of as expected. But at one point, you got in game 1 and game 3 just the better trades for too long, from his perspective,
Mhm.
and then you ended up with more wood.
Like I never know like how many TCs should you start with. Like I have 18 TCs or something, and it feels way too much.
Too
It
much.
just feels-
Much.
It feels so wrong. Yeah, it feels wrong.
That's,
From what I was taught 2 weeks ago, and I started learning this mode. It's too little.
25
Yeah, you probably
to
want
30.
25. It just feels wrong.
Ulla told me max 25. Ulla told me max 25, and then I saw him today making 26.
Ooh,
Yeah.
he broke his own rules.
He broke it.
Aye.
Well, 25 to 30 is kind of the meta, but it
feel like
feels a
it's-
little bit too
So I
much.
guess 26 is
I
fine.
feel like you don't have food for it. It feels wrong.
Depends on how much you're selling, I guess. But yeah, I guess you want to
Yeah,
buy all this stuff.
true.
But yeah, we had that messy game, right? With all the cutting, all the chopping, all the infantry. You kind of started that one too, or you gonna say something else again now? Because you kind of switched into the infantry, right? Because paladins versus camels, you don't want to do that with the same missing upgrades. And then the shortels happened. Is that like how that came about?
I started switching to like more cheaper food units because I felt like I couldn't get through his walls. He had the cannons and onagers everywhere, so I thought, okay, I'll play this a little bit slower and try to like grind it out, trying to snipe his gates with traps and try to find a weakness somewhere. So yeah, we just went all over the map, and eventually, like the left side felt weaker than the rest, so I just went for that in the end.
Yeah, we had
We
a
also have
question
some
about
wood
that.
line there.
The like new man, RN man, was asking about your decision process to then go for the full push or the big push on the left side with the towers and the vertical walls.
He had like 2 wood lines that blocked him, so he couldn't build there. So that was like very bad for him. He didn't have that many production buildings on the left side. I think the right side didn't have any wood lines, so he had more space to build there.
Yeah.
Yeah, those 2 wood lines there kind of block him.
Yeah, that's true. It's blocking, and there are no production buildings because of the wood.
Yeah,
And
so
there was some procasters who called that out during the treaty already. Let's see.
oh really? Okay. Yeah, on the right side it was just open, I think, like no wood, so he could build.
I
as
guess
much
no
as he
wood in
wanted.
the base. Yeah, he cut that more efficiently. But also on the right side there was no wood. Oh yeah, I wonder whose Citra just cut all of that.
And who vaulted?
I mean, I think we kind of saw that teal guy. He cut a little bit more, right?
He cut maybe. I mean, both
At
of them
least
cut a
towards,
lot. Now you're
second
making it more after you lost to find out who did it first. I see.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that vertical wall then there on the left side was kind of winning the game, I would say. I mean, I guess in addition to the wood lines, but that split up his army so hard.
Yeah, it's just hard to fight a siege behind the vertical wall, and even if you have cannons, you need the cannons in the right position, right?
Yeah. Like, but sometimes that wall is like in the way for me, so
Yeah,
I
we
had to
saw you.
You
You
deleted
deleted.
yeah, yeah, I had to
In the
delete
end.
it. I couldn't get to his cannons. So sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad.
Sometimes maybe
I would
good,
say
sometimes maybe shit.
it's still good because you have the opportunity to delete it, and he did not expect that you delete the wall, so he lost all the
Yeah.
cannons there.
I feel like if you should delete that wall, you should be ready to like build it up immediately after.
Yeah.
We saw you
Shouldn't
building
get
it
delete-
immediately up after. And Eis3n also said, I think in one of the first two games, that whenever one kills a gate of you, you instantly build two more. That's the most annoying trait about you.
Yeah. I killed so many gates and walls, but every time when I look back, there were 2 or 3 more gates and walls.
Ah, yeah, you're speaking of the Aztec game, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you get punishment for knocking down a gate.
That's
So,
how it
so I built
felt. Yeah.
one extra back.
Yeah, it was like 2 hours fighting against walls and onagers and 1 million eagle warriors and infantry, and yeah, at
Is
the
that
end of
why
the day, the
Hydra isn't
vertical
playing
was.
anymore? Because you devoured him, so now you're growing all the extra gates.
Nah, he didn't retire me, but that's
Only
maybe
South,
sour.
only South can retire people.
That is true, but we are still waiting for his Michi game, for his first Michi game. So if you can talk to him, Otter and me are still waiting.
I think we need a show match.
They agreed to a
somehow.
show match
Like-
already, but he needs to start training for it.
Both
I thought
players
they agreed,
agreed
no?
to the show match, but we are still waiting.
Yeah, then Sao is a chicken.
Are we
Oh,
surprised?
yeah. Oh. Is
Ooh.
Sao still in the chat?
Probably not.
I will message him after it. Don't worry.
Message him, you're a chicken.
Yes.
All right, but to conclude, let's give us your thoughts about the brackets, and we have the other semifinal tomorrow between Rookie and Nova, and obviously it's not over yet. You have a winner bracket final and a grand final to play, and I want to first ask about the winner bracket final. Who would you rather face there?
Well, I know Nova, but I don't know the other guy. Who is
You know him. It's 1000 Ranger.
Is it that from China?
Yeah, the Chinese. You played in the past against him already.
Ah.
It's
Yeah,
just a
he's
new
tricky.
name.
Ah, yeah, he's tricky. He's good.
Yeah.
And then I think I still want Nova though. Yeah, I know Nova more, so I'd rather play him.
Stylistically,
I think I
Nova
know
is
what-
probably a good matchup for you because he does the hard aggression, and feel like you have probably the best defense in the world.
Yeah, I don't think we saw that in game 2 though.
Yeah, but generally, I would describe it. Nova can win a game.
Besides
I mean,
game
it's good
2.
for the win bracket finals if he takes the game. I don't
Yeah,
mind
that's
that.
true. Yeah, I think I'd rather have Nova though. I know him. Probably have a better server as well. Don't have to play on like, I don't know, some Asian server. That
Are
will
you sure?
lag.
Are you sure?
Well, Nova and
we'll see.
yeah, I had to play on West
I
India
mean-
against Nova, I think. So
that
I'm not
Indian
too
server,
confident.
man. Dude, that Indian server, it doesn't work. Like it just lags. Something's wrong with it.
It's playing on a microwave.
I would say I lost the set against Nova only because we had to restart and re-host 5 times, and I got tired. So get ready for that.
Then you have a good excuse. I'm gonna write it down.
I'm good at excuses. So.
There's always a lag or whatever as excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I'm coming.
Oh boy.
GDM4 was the server at the ping. The only
We're
reason.
coming, man.
But yeah, okay. You want Nova, so you're more afraid of Rookie. And then, do you think what do you think of the chances? Because Anomaly has been asking that before, saying he wonders about it. If we saw maybe the foreshadowing for the grand finals, and Ulla might make it through the lower bracket again, and you guys might meet again in this tournament.
I think Yula definitely has a chance. I mean, as long as he doesn't pick Ethiopians again, I think he has a fair chance. I mean, we saw in game 2 that he can definitely win a game, so he can definitely win the whole set.
Okay, so you think
I'm
Ethiopians is really way worse than Cats then?
Yeah, like Ethiopians, you make your UU and it loses to Wood Raiders and your Siege. Like, okay, it has like splash damage or whatever, like more, but the other Civ has like stronger. Nah, I think yes, Kels is way better overall.
Says the guy who popularly opened 4 castle Ethiopians in open map DM.
That's the only way to survive.
All right. So
Yeah, he definitely has a good chance.
Do you have more
it
questions,
could be.
Eisen?
No, I think Frost is right. It could be. I mean, in the lower bracket, there are some players, you, me, the loser of Nova and Rookie. But maybe this will be the final again. It's possible.
Yeah,
I don't know if I
we
even
just have to
survived
see.
Yao Mei on Sunday, so listing me is
Yeah,
my first
you
ever
have to
Michi
beat-
experience is a bit. I have to beat
You have to
Yao Mei and
be.
then
Yeah,
you. I think my bracket is
yeah,
terrible,
exactly. You have to beat Yame on Sunday, and then we will play next week.
How good is Yao Mei? Okay, I think we can say goodbye to Frost
alright.
because we're talking about. Thank you so
Thank-
much,
thank
and
you guys for casting,
congratulations
though.
for winning the semis.
See you, Frost.
Thank you. Take care.
GG.
See ya.
Take care. Bye bye.
GG.
I would say I expect you to win. He's good. He's not bad, so don't underestimate him. But I would expect you to win against Yao Mei.
You want to practice?
We can.
I'm gonna end the stream.
Okay.
I do want that matchup with you. I mean, I don't care who wins between us that much, but I would like to like go out, and that would be a round of 12. Then I think that's an okay result.
Yeah. Oh, Sao is back in the chat.
Eisen, now you want to play? You're the one chickening out from your show match, Admiral Chow, and you haven't played at all. Don't spin it on Eisen, though.
Sao, we are waiting for 2 weeks for your show match. You both agreed on DM. Yeah, we can. You ask me every day to play DM rank, Sao.
Do you have someone we should rate? Is there any Michi stream on?
I don't think so. So feel free to pick someone.
I guess Loot Machine would make sense.
Is he on?
Looks like. Frost already rated him earlier, though. He could have rated into Michi, but I guess it's at least Michi connected.
Yeah, he plays Michi sometimes.
Alright, then I'm gonna rate Zola, and I'll thank you all for watching. Thank you for co-casting, Eisen. That was a great time.
Thank you. Thank you. I enjoyed it.
Semis. Thanks for everybody who followed. If you haven't yet, feel free to leave another one. I'll probably cast more of this tournament. I might be actually home tomorrow, even though I didn't plan to. So maybe I cast the semis tomorrow as well. What time are they?
18 p.m. for us, so 17 GMT.
Okay, well, let's see. Maybe Lucky wants to do the other one. But yeah.
Yeah, it's 6 p.m. for us.
Okay, that might work. Might see you guys there then, either here or on Lucky Count's channel with the other semifinals between Rookie and Nova very excited for that one. And yeah, great tournament. GG's to both players. And see you around, guys. Bye bye.
See you. Bye bye.